Research plays a very important role in a student's life at South because research indicates that the student has acquired certain skill sets, problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and also evidence-based decision-making, all of which are important for a successful pharmacy career. So we encourage our students to engage in research as early as they can to acquire those skills, which will also make them competitive.
So the unique thing about research here at South is that for students, you can be as involved or not involved as you want to be. Some students come here and they have such a passion for research. Maybe they've done research in their undergrad and they want to continue that. There's plenty of opportunities. If you haven't had any research experience in your undergrad studies, I definitely didn't before coming to pharmacy school, there's opportunities for you as well. Anyone in any background, there's a fit for you to be involved in research. Research can kind of fit in wherever you want it to fit in throughout your time here at South.
I got an offer to get involved in a project to give me some experience in research. I didn't have any prior to that. See what is it like to do data collection, efficiently move through a patient record to collect that information. So I was able to work on that project and then go and present that at mid-year. And it was such a great opportunity. From A to Z, the process of how does research work, to putting it on a poster and being able to talk about it with someone, it's a proud moment because it's something you created and you achieved.
There are really three types of research that you can participate here at South. The first one is, I think, what most of us probably think of when we hear research, and that's the traditional bench research. You're looking at microscopes or you're under the hood, and that's more of the very beginning stages of pharmacy. Drug development, looking at how drugs are impacting the body or how the body is impacting the drug, that baseline molecular level of research. Then we have what we call clinical research, and clinical research is what the majority of the pharmacy faculty are involved in here at South. And that is looking at actual patient data. Good example of that is maybe there's a new drug on the market that you see is being used a lot more frequently. Is that actually reducing maybe hospitalizations? Is that making patients feel better? That's more of that clinical research. Then we also have a type of research that may be less familiar, which is scholarship of teaching and learning. This is looking at different learning or teaching strategies that we employ in the classroom. So maybe you want to look at a different study method. And so half the class is going to start studying medchem in this way, and the other half is going to do a traditional way of studying. That is scholarship of teaching and learning, and we do plenty of that here at South.
We support our students to present at conferences, both local and national conferences, such as the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, ASHP Media, as well as the AACP, American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy. In addition to presenting their work, this also gives a student the exposure, allows them to connect with other students and other faculty in other schools of pharmacy. That's something that we really value.
I did not publish my student research. I presented it at ASHP mid-year. I am proud to say that it did go back into the health system and got presented to upper administration or upper leadership to show how pharmacists were impacting patient care.
One of the biggest benefits we don't always think about is the mentorship. When you're working with a faculty member or a few faculty members on research, you really get to know that faculty member and they can serve as a mentor for you long after you're in pharmacy school. During your time in pharmacy school, there's gonna be specific classes that you take or disease states that you encounter that you love, that you just find a passion for. For me, mine was definitely diabetes. I learned about it and I absolutely loved it. Even if you know nothing about research, but you have an interest area, that's a great start. Pay attention in class. Ask yourself questions. If the faculty says, hey, this is a great new drug, ask yourself why. Maybe there's a project that you could do out of just simply asking yourself why and being curious.
I think for me, one of the exciting moments that I see when working with students is the increase in self-confidence. You see them build that self-confidence up, and also the excitement, the joy in their faces when they realize that they've contributed to something valuable, something that is advancing the body of work in the academy. So for me, the opportunity to work with the student, to mentor them as they contribute something important, that is very rewarding.
It really helps you be a better practitioner wherever you end up in pharmacy. When you're involved in research, you have to think critically about the literature that's already out there. And there is a lot of literature out there about every disease state and every different type of pharmacy you can think of. In order to make clinical decisions, you have to know how to sift through all of that information to find what you need in the most truthful, non-biased way. Participating in research helps you develop those skills. My advice to students is no matter where you see yourself, challenge yourself when you get to pharmacy school. Seek out those opportunities. I may come to you whenever you're in the classroom and say, hey everyone, I have a new project. I'm looking for 6 students to help me out with this project. Before saying no, ask yourself why you're saying no. And if it's just because you don't believe in yourself or you're not sure that you have the experience, I really encourage you to say yes to those opportunities.